here today we're going to do a run through of what you're expected to do when you're going out for your level 2 with a witness. In this instance, I'm going to act as the candidate. I'm going to go out, hopefully shoot a deer, and show you how to do it. I'll interact with a cameraman occasionally when he needs to ask questions as if he was a witness. So firstly, I need to prove who I am. This is my firearm certificate, which serves two things. Firstly, it shows who I am. Secondly, it shows the conditions and shows that I have a condition that allows me to shoot deer with a deer legal rifle. Also, on the back of the tailgate here, I've got my kit. I've got my rifle, I've got the trigger, the bolts open, I've got my thermal, I've got my binoculars on me here. I've got my little bag full of all my bits and pieces, first aid kit. I've got some instruments for pulling deer out. I've got some knives. I've got everything I really need to go out and do a stalk in the morning. I've also got my quad sticks to put this back. Today we're going to be looking primarily for Chinese water deer and Muntjac of either sex. There's a lot on the ground, so we should hopefully find one. But if a fallow also turns up, we can take that as well. It's all part of a cull plan. Either sex again on the fallow. So I'm just going to get my bag on, get myself ready, and we'll get stalking. As we drove in, I saw a deer in the side of the wood, so we drove on another 150 metres. I'm going to see if I can stalk back to that deer. So we've got a deer which is, we know where it is. So let's go and see what we can do. So following the shot, momentarily had a look, made sure the deer looked good, reloaded and reapplied the safety. Because I didn't have time to have a conversation with the AW about where we were going to place the shot before I took the shot, because it was a Muntjac, it's on the move, they don't stop. I got on with it, I took the shot. I'm now having a conversation with the AW.
So shot placement, what is the condition of the deer?
So the condition of the deer is that it's dead. The shot placement, the intended shot placement was the neck. It's about 60 metres through the woodland there. Couldn't see the chest area on it. It had its head up, looking straight at me, so took the shot that was available. We've given it 5 minutes. I'm pretty confident in it being dead. So we're going to walk forward now and have a look. So I'm about 10 metres away from the deer. I'm just going to take my binoculars out and just observe and make sure it is dead. It does look good and it does look dead. So there's no movement, its chest doesn't look like it's moving, there's no ears twitching, so I'm pretty confident that's dead. So I'm going to go forward. We've got very little wind, so I don't need to worry about approaching it from upwind or downwind. I'm approaching it from the front, I'm confident it's dead. And just touching its eyeball with my sticks. It is dead. Okay, so I've confirmed it's dead. I'm going to put my gear down. Unloading the rifle. Leaning that up against a convenient tree. That's nice and secure. First thing I'm going to do is put on some gloves so that I don't get contamination on my hands from the deer. It's easier to keep your hands clean. So coming down here to have a look at the deer. Okay, so the shot placement was high neck, bottom of the head. At that sort of distance it's pretty devastating with bullet damage, but it's done the job. It killed the deer instantly. Look at the general condition, it's in good condition. Obviously looked at the lips and mouth and there's no discoloration, there's no blisters, so happy with that. General condition looks good. Can have a quick look at the hooves. They look good. There's no blisters, there's no sores on the foot. Having a look in the groin here. Gonna have a look for parasitic burden. With consideration to the whether she's got young around or not, she doesn't look like she's got milk. She's had milk, so she might have a weaned youngster around here. She might be just about to drop, so we will have a look at the condition when we open her up, but I don't think we've got any dependent young around here. Right, I'm going to get a knife out. I'll carry a little folding knife in my pocket for when I'm out actually stalking, and I'm going to bleed the deer. So I put the knife in just at the point of the breastbone, cut the bits at the top of the heart, and the blood is coming out the deer now. Just going to place her like that so that the blood runs out. Right, I'm taking my gloves off. I'm going to go back, I'm going to get my vehicle. I've got a bit on the back of it where I can do suspended grallochs. I'll do suspended gralloch because it's cleaner. There's no chance of any contamination. Once the deer's up off the ground, it will never go back down on the ground. We won't have any contamination from the leaves, twigs, grass, whatever we're dragging it through. Driven down the track, I've got the deer just behind me. I'm going to take my time now, get myself sorted out. I'm going to take the jacket off, roll my sleeves up, keep everything nice and clean, keep it tidy. So this system, something I made myself, works really well. It's probably a little bit over-engineered. You can probably hang an elephant on there if you so desired. Very heavy. A little ratchet that I've had for years. A little gambrel I use. Also keep my anti-back wipes in a airproof container. Stops them drying out when the lids. Stops them drying out when they're left for a little while. Keeps it nice and clean. Just going to clean the knife where I bled the deer. Put the blue gloves back on. So just going to lift the deer up, carry it back over to the truck. First thing I do is I just hock the legs and remove the lower part of the leg. So holding it at 90 degrees makes a bit of a gap between the tendon and the bone, nice and easy. Put that through there, find a little lump on its leg, cut all the way round. Break it there. Do the second leg. Right, deer's up, never to go back down on the ground again. There you go, there's a little tick.
So I can't get pictures on it. Yeah.
Got it, so yeah, you just got to keep your eyes open for them. Little darlings, aren't they? Good thing, keep your sleeves up. So if they do get on your arms, you can see them, but just be aware. So found a tick on it. Right, first thing I'm going to do is just remove the udders. So taking a knife, cutting down the side. Okay, everything's looking good inside. I do check as I go down the carcass. But the first thing I do now is just keeping the intestines away with the back of my hand. Go down the carcass, and I'm aiming to go straight down through the ribs, but I go just off centre, so I can cut through the ribs, through the bit of cartilage, without too much effort. Through that bit of bone at the bottom, and right down its neck to its head. Just for the knife, a quick wipe. So I'm now going to tunnel out around the anus and the reproductive tract, and I'm aiming to put a knife down the side of the bone. So you've got that bone effect going down the tube. You're looking to go either side of it, As I'm going down, you can see it's already nice and clean going down through there. So I'm now just going to go around the underside of it and then down the back of the spine, underside of the spine. And just free up the fibres so everything can just drop through. Keeping the furry bit from which I've just cut round, I'm going to put my other hand up inside from there. I'm just going to pull it down, cupping my hand round the fur so I don't get any fur inside the carcass. I'll just pull it down and bring it outside of the carcass. Again, looking inside the carcass, I'm making sure there's nothing untoward happening in there. Everything looks really healthy. Not a lot of fat around the kidneys, but this is the end of February. There's not a lot of food about. They've gone all the way through the winter, so don't expect it to be overly fat, but it's in good condition either way. When I'm cutting round the diaphragm, everything's coming out. Doing it nice and cleanly and letting gravity do the work for me. The esophagus and windpipe, and just take it all through, and there we have everything as expected. From here, I'll have a quick look here. There's a lymph node just here. That's fine, it's small, it's tiny, there's no issues with it. On the other side, there's a little lymph node just there. Again, nice and small and tiny. The heart is free floating in the pericardium, looks healthy. Coming around here, we've got the lungs. Looking at the lungs, the condition of the lungs, they're exactly as they should be. There's no lumps, there's no bumps, there's no sores, no ulcers, nothing inside them. Coming down to the livers, again, no problems with them. So on the back of the liver, we've got a lymph node, it's just there, again, nice and small and healthy. It's nice and clean, doesn't look like it's got any infestations. Having a quick look on the back of the windpipe around here, there's another lymph node just there, that's a mediastinal. Again, no problems with that one. I'll now lay it down on the ground. There's one just on the stomach there, another lymph node, that's fine, it's a gastric. And bringing this over here, well, we're looking at this line of lymph nodes here that comes round. We've got a bit of green which is obviously calling out the neck, and it comes round to here. And there's no issues with that at all. Now, look away if you're squeamish, but we're going to have a look at the fetus to see what we're dealing with. Yeah, reasonably well formed. It's another little girl, so good one to cull. I'm now going to take the front legs off, putting it at 90 degrees, put a knife against a little lump of bone, slightly angled in towards the carcass, cut down through the leg, bend it round, and the leg comes off. Same on the other side, angle into the carcass, follow the groove that naturally opens, leg off. Which just means that I have to take the head off, which may or may not be easy as we've just headshot it, but looks like it's going to be quite easy. Still found the atlas joint. Through there we go. Now, we may struggle to find the lymph nodes in the head for obvious reasons. That's the back of one. It's healthy, no issues with that at all. Okay, so we've got a nice clean carcass. We've checked the inside, it's all clean, there's nothing untoward with this deer at all. Perfectly healthy animal. So I'm going to take it off a hook and drop it into my tray. What do we do with the gralloch? On this estate, we leave the gralloch in the wood for the scavenging wildlife. There's a lot of red kites, badgers, foxes, all the creatures which will make a good meal of that. So I'm going to pick that up, move it away from the track so it doesn't upset anybody who's walking along, and just leave it for them scavengers.
There's a video.
I've all but finished now. What I need to do is just give my knife a clean using my anti-bac wipes. Give it a once over. Nice and clean. Fold it down back in my pocket. Just clean the gambrel. I carry a bucket in the back of the truck. I just put all my rubbish and my waste in there. Makes it easy to manage. Lid back on my wipes, so keep them nice and dry, keep them nice and wet. And we'll just load everything away now. Done. Back for breakfast now.